So it's Monday afternoon, about 3:30, March 22nd. It's a beautiful day today, about 70 degrees. My truck's showing 72 degrees. And it's just too nice of a day not to go out and fish. So we're gonna go out and fish one of our local lakes. It's got some nice blue cats in it. We're gonna stay on the water for a few hours. If the fish are biting, we might stay a little past dark, but we're just gonna go have a good time, and I hope you guys ride along with us. Getting ready to catch some shad, and I'm going to keep them alive tonight in my bait tank. I made a few changes to my tank, and I'm kind of wanting to try it out. And we might pull a couple live baits while we're drifting as well, because I have had a lot of luck on live baits in this lake, even for blue cats. So we're going to wash our tank out here, see how it's going to work. All right, now we're gonna try to locate some shad. Hopefully we can do this quickly and we'll have to throw the net all after. Maybe, I don't know. Look over and see if we can. Oh, we got some. All right, guys, we found the bait. We came up in here. We're in like probably less than a foot of water. The boat's touching the bottom, and there is shad up in here like crazy, but we're having a hard time getting them because it's so shallow. They spooky, but we're getting a couple every throw. Looks like we got a crappie that time. We can't use him, not in this lake. Time to go fishing. Looks like my new bait tank's working out pretty good. I put a bigger pump in it. I'm trying a different type of filter, and the new pump seems to be doing real good. You can see how much oxygen that Venturi's putting out in the water there. It's just boiling. We got probably 15, maybe 20 shad in there, and we're gonna see how it does. We didn't really have to keep our shad alive out here on this quick trip like this, but just wanted to try out the bait tank now that I've made a few modifications, I guess you would say. So we're on the upper end of this lake, and it's just mostly shallow flats down here. There's a little bit of a river channel that cuts through it, a little bit of depth change, and we're just looking around right now on these flats. We're gonna start out in about 15 foot of water, and we're gonna drag up to probably 5 foot of water and just see what works best and go from there. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys my setup here for dragging. So I've got 40-pound main line with a 60-pound leader, and I like to use a pretty long leader for dragging, about 4 or 5 foot, sometimes even 6 foot. Now the main reason I use such a long leader is to get my bait away from these dragging weights. You know, I don't want that fish to be getting ready to hit the bait and this thing smack him in the head and scare him off. That's just kind of my thoughts about why I use a longer leader. But 60-pound leader, I got a couple little rattles on there. You know, I'm not sure if these things work or not, but I seem to catch a lot of fish with them. I catch fish without them, so when I'm dragging, I usually put some on there. And then I've got a little ball and chain swivel just to help with tangles and line twist. And 8/0 Takling Cat's hook. That's my hook of choice, and if anybody's interested in them, I've got a coupon code in the description. There's all kind of coupon codes in the description now. It's like Black Friday down there every day, so y'all can take advantage of that. All right, I'm just gonna cut some some small chunks, and then we'll put a couple big chunks out too. If we catch some small fish today, they're probably gonna go home with us, because I've been kind of wanting some fish. All right, of course we're gonna put us a big old skipjack out. I mean, I'm gonna put a big chunk out. This is a fairly new lake for blue cats, but there is some, you know, I've caught a 40 and a few in the 30s, so we're gonna put one big bait out. It's springtime and these fish ought to be on the feed. So since I'm putting this big skipjack on here, I've got a bigger float on this one and a double hook rig. And if anybody wants to learn how to tie that rig, it's super simple. I've done a video on it. I'll put a link to it on this video. Just like that. So I think we're gonna run 6 rods. We'll either run 4 or 6. I usually use 4 when I'm dragging, but if I've got plenty of bait, you know, why not throw out a couple more? Got it. Planer board, short line, long line, and then 2 more planer boards, and we're dragging them all on the bottom. So the sinker's on the bottom and the bait's slightly suspended up off the bottom. But
not really considered even a lizard, like a big, huge gator. And then they slowly growed, they think, and they got so big that they couldn't hardly carry themselves no more. So they started swimming in water. And then they didn't even hardly go on land anymore, so they started to lose, they started to kind of get like pads like a frog would. Oh. Yeah. I cannot believe it.
so we're hooked up, guys. It took us a while. We've been dragging down through here for about an hour, but we're in about 5 foot of water. Landy, you want this fish?
I guess.
Here you go. Probably I'll try to get this one out of the way.
Don't look very big.
I don't know, he didn't feel bad. I mean, he buried the rod. Of course, we was over here talking, wasn't paying attention. Let's turn that clicker off.
Oh, what's that? This is way too slack.
Oh yeah, here, tighten it up. There you go, reel down.
Wave loose. There we go.
I slowed down a little bit, and that's when he bit. So
He's an eater.
an eater?
Yeah.
Looks a little big for an eater.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a 10-pounder. Yeah, it is too.
Come on. He's under 10 pounds weight. How about that?
He ate the shad. All right, get him over here. Oh, he don't look like the hook's in him very good.
Whoa.
Yeah, it is. It's all the way through. That's a good fish. Well, we didn't get skunked. I was getting worried. It had been pretty slow. We had a couple bites.
I just knew you wouldn't catch anything.
Let's see what he weighs, since we got the bogus on him here. 10, 12. He's 13.5 pounds.
Seriously?
Yeah.
He's way more than I wanted. My gosh. So can we eat him?
No, we ain't gonna eat him. He's a little big.
You think so?
Yeah. Got the skunk out of the boat. He's about 13 pounds on the boga grips there, so he is absolutely covered. He's been down in the mud, as you can tell. Well, it looks like my live well's working out pretty good. When I put that water in there, it was like chocolate milk, and it's getting pretty clear. It's still got a little green tint to it, but for the most part, you can see all the way to the bottom of it. I haven't even cleaned the filters or anything yet. All the shad are healthy. I might leave them in there just to see how long they'll live. All I done was added some salt to that, about 1.5 cups of salt. It's pretty easy to keep shad alive in the, water temperatures in the 50s, so it's really easy to keep them alive. But when that water temperature gets up in the 80s and 90s, it can be really tough. I might have made a bad call not going on down the lake, but I can't imagine these fish not being in the shallow water right now, as warm as it is. Uh-oh, there's a bite. He's swimming with it, look. Line slack. No. Well, that's a sign of life anyway. I think I jumped the gun on it. Could have been a small fish, but I don't even remember what bait's on that one. That's what I've been hearing.
That turkey done farted.
Hold on, what the? Shh. What could that be?
Possibly a frog? Maybe?
I don't know. I don't know how well you guys can hear that, but we got wildlife going crazy all around us. We got frogs, turkeys, geese, something over here on this side. I have no idea what it is. Oh, now that's a fish.
Oh! What was that? We don't care about that no more.
Oh, come on.
It did?
Unless he's swimming at me.
Oh, well. Getting a bite on this lake is a blessing. Probably the same catfish we caught earlier. I don't want in here.
So I guess that's gonna do it for us today, guys. We only got that one fish in the boat. It was like 13 pounds or something like that, but it could have been worse. We could have not caught that fish, but I'm just thankful that we got to enjoy the afternoon out here on the water. It's a really nice afternoon. They should really be biting right now, so I might even come back out here again tomorrow or the next day and try to figure them out, because there's no doubt in my mind they're biting out here somewhere. But stay tuned to the channel, guys. We'll be back out on the Ohio River here soon. We got some other trips planned out of state this spring. Should be some really good stuff coming, but I want to thank you guys for watching. God bless. We'll see you next time.